Have you ever noticed how a woman's respect can vanish the moment you start chasing her? But the second you pull back, stay calm, and focus on yourself, she suddenly starts treating you differently. It's almost like her energy shifts. Her tone softens. Her eyes look at you with curiosity again. That isn't magic, it's psychology. Because deep down, every woman respects a man who respects himself. And in this video, I'm going to reveal exactly what that means, and what women truly respect, even when they'll never admit it. 1. The hidden reason. Most men lose respect. Most men believe that respect from women comes from effort, buying gifts, sending good morning texts, or being extra available. But here's the harsh truth. The harder you try to be liked, the less she respects you. In her mind, effort isn't attraction. Effort is negotiation. And a man who constantly negotiates for attention is subconsciously telling her, "I don't believe I'm enough." Think about it. When was the last time a woman deeply respected a man who begged for validation? It's never about being rude or distant. It's about energy. The quiet confidence of a man who doesn't need approval. Women in London, New York, Sydney, it doesn't matter where, all sense the same thing. When a man's identity depends on their reaction, they lose respect instantly. The key? Stop trying to earn her respect. Start living in a way that naturally commands it. Respect comes when your self-worth is not negotiable. 2. The moment she tests you. Every woman, unconsciously or not, will test you. She'll say something to see if you react emotionally, if you get defensive, if you need to prove your worth. This is not manipulation. It's instinct. A woman's tests are her way of asking, "Are you grounded enough to lead me emotionally?" Picture this: she cancels plans last minute. She ignores a message. She jokes about another guy. Most men panic. They argue, over-explain, or try to win her back. But a stoic man who smiles. He doesn't chase. He doesn't explain himself. He understands the test and calmly stands his ground. Because the moment you react emotionally to her chaos, you've surrendered your frame. But when you stay composed, you're sending a powerful signal. I don't lose myself because of temporary emotion. And that, my friend, is where respect begins. Not in what you say, but in how calmly you stay centered when she tries to shake your peace. 3. The masculine boundary. Women secretly crave. Here's a paradox few men understand. Women will push your boundaries, not because they want to control you, but because they want to feel your strength. Boundaries are the invisible walls of self-respect. When a woman crosses them and you say nothing, she loses faith in your leadership. But when you stand firm, respectfully but firmly, something incredible happens. Her feminine instinct relaxes. She feels safe knowing she's with a man who cannot be easily moved by emotion. For example, let's say Sarah flirts with another guy in front of you. You don't explode. You don't beg. You simply state, "I don't tolerate disrespect." Then you walk away with calm certainty. That calmness, that quiet consequence, shakes her psychology. Because real boundaries don't require shouting. They require self-respect that speaks for itself. In every culture, women are drawn to men who know what they stand for, because that's the energy of strength. A man with no boundaries might win her attention, but a man with principles wins her respect. Emotional control, her silent respect trigger. Here's the truth no one tells you. Emotional control is the highest form of masculine dominance. When she can't predict your emotions, she feels both curiosity and safety. Why? Because emotional consistency is rare, and rare things are respected. Think of emotional control as your internal fortress. When a woman throws emotional storms your way, she's subconsciously checking your walls. If you crumble, she loses trust. But if you stay calm, grounded, stoic, unshaken, she feels something deeper than attraction. She feels admiration. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That's the secret. You cannot control her behavior, but you can control your reaction. And that reaction determines whether she sees you as a boy who panics or a man who leads with wisdom. When she realizes nothing she says can break your peace, she'll respect you in a way that goes beyond words. 5. The art of saying no. Most men think saying yes makes them kind. But saying yes too often makes you forgettable. Every time you say yes to things that violate your time, your peace, or your purpose, you're silently saying no to your own self-respect. Women notice that. They respect a man who can say no without guilt. Because a man who can say no is a man who values his mission above approval. Imagine this. Emily asks you to cancel your gym session because she's bored. You tell her, "I'd love to spend time with you, but my training comes first. I'll call you after." You've just demonstrated priorities, and priorities create polarity. She may pout for a moment, but deep down she feels something rare. Security. Because women don't truly want a man who always bends, they want a man who stands firm. Saying no with calm certainty isn't rejection, it's leadership. And every strong woman, whether she admits it or not, respects a man who can lead himself first. 6. How Stoicism turns attraction into admiration. Now here's where Stoicism transforms everything. Most men chase validation, but the Stoic man chases virtue. He lives by principles, not emotions. He doesn't seek control over others, only mastery over himself. This type of man is rare in today's world where everyone reacts, argues, and competes for attention. A Stoic man doesn't need to shout his worth. He radiates it silently through discipline, presence, and focus. When you embody that calm, powerful energy, she sees it. Even if she doesn't say it, she feels it. She talks differently. She moves differently, because deep inside she knows. This man doesn't need me to feel complete. He chooses me from a place of strength. That's the kind of man women don't just respect. They admire him. They trust him. They even follow him. Because Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about being unmoved by chaos. And that is the rarest form of strength any man can show in love and in life. Conclusion. So remember this, women don't respect men for what they give. They respect men for who they are when everything else is taken away. Be the man who doesn't lose himself in her attention. Be the man who doesn't break under emotional pressure. Be the man who can walk away with calm, dignity when something no longer serves his peace. Because at the end of the day, an attraction fades, looks fade, but respect, that's eternal. And the man who earns it never needs to beg for it. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.